I've been making these videos for a little while at this point, and I realized recently I still haven't made a video about Imogen Heap, which is, I would think, is unlike me, but I guess it's not because it's what's happened. Imogen Heap is my favorite music artist of all time. I absolutely love mainly Speak for Yourself and Ellipse, those two albums. Ellipse is my favorite album, just fantastic. I listened to the whole album for the first time in a while recently, and I was like, damn, there's a lot of stuff on here that I could make videos about. This will be the first installment of that series. I wanted to talk about the song Wait It Out. If you've heard it, you've heard it. If you haven't, then go listen to it. It's really, really fantastic. I'm gonna listen to bits and pieces of it right now. So let's go.
Where do we go from here? How do we carry on? I can't get beyond the question.
I love that it's all vocals. Just got a really nice chord progression just with ahs, you know, and then singing the lead over it. There's really no effects here that I can hear. I mean, there's probably just some basic vocal processing. But yeah, there's nothing that's standing out here. I don't really hear much reverb. I don't hear much compression. There's probably some. It's kind of like vocals tend to just have compression. But it sounds very, very raw, very natural. Like there's just a bunch of Imogen Heaps singing in an a cappella group right at you. Just sounds so nice. What can I say?
Could have been pain on play repeating.
Piano comes in, a little bit of, you know, Imogen Heapy scatting backing vocals. I pulled out the piano because I wanted to figure out the note that vocal line ends on. And it ends on this note, right? Which I'm gonna do my little figuring out what the key is. I think it's right. Then this note is the second note in that key, right? Right. So ending on that, a little bit of tension. This is kind of basics of composition if you're learning about music theory. There's a little bit of tension. We're gonna wanna release that tension at some point and either go to the bass note or go to the fifth. The fifth can have really the similar effect of resolving it.
With the backup makeshift life in waiting.
Ends there. Life in waiting makes that whole little pre-chorus resolve. And then we have this really quiet chorus right here, which I really, really like.
But what of the wretched hollow?
That percussion is so quiet. Those are like the quietest drums I've ever heard. Just adding something really, really slight just to keep it moving, keep things building a little bit. And spoiler alert, that little drum groove, that drum part is gonna come in again, much louder and much more prominent. That kind of main little bell sounding, I don't even really know how to describe it. Just the that main part that's going on. I don't know what that is, and that's just such a common thing. I don't really know a lot of the instruments she's using here. She's just really, really clever with synthesizers and probably creating her own sounds. But all of it just sounds so her and so unique, so different. And this is why I was like, how have I not made a video about her yet?
Steady on the stair of 1,000 miles.
There's that really great low string, the boo, that kind of scoops down there. I think other than that, this pre-chorus is about the same as the first one, but it's this new part and it's low. It's the lowest thing we've heard so far. You know, I'm talking about all these ways you can make a song build, but I think the most intense and like prominent way, they're kind of two. You can bring in drums and you can bring in low end. You can bring in bass or just an instrument that plays something low. And that's what this is. That's what that string is. The boom. Suddenly there's a bit of a bottom end on this song. This is probably gonna go somewhere. You know, I'm not sure where, but I'm excited to hear it. Just a lot of little textures there. Some drums came in, right? It was that same drum groove that we heard earlier, but it's a lot louder now, it's a lot more prominent. And again, low end drums, those are like the two things that really make a song suddenly gain a lot of momentum. And drums actually if I'm gonna pick a number one out of those two things, I think drums are probably the top thing. And that's what she's doing here in this second chorus. And she needs to, because she's about to get to one hell of a bridge. So let's get there, and I'm getting excited just, getting to that point, but let's make it happen. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. Okay. I hate doing that to myself, but I have to stop it there. At this point, I'm saying, yeah, the drums are more prominent, they're more loud, but I was talking about low end, right? We had that string coming in that pre-chorus. That was kind of low-endy, right? It was a little bit low, but we haven't had any legit bass. We haven't had any meat, any real boom to this song. And it feels like in the pre-chorus, we were introduced to the idea that maybe we would get that later on. Yeah, we heard this low string. It had just a little bit of oomph to it. And then these drums came in the chorus, but the drums aren't very meaty, right? There's not a lot of low end. In fact, I'm pretty sure that the low end was EQ'd out. The mix at this point, even though we're in the second chorus, and even though we've gained a lot of momentum because of those drums, it still feels like I would like some beef, some low end, some oomph to come in. If it comes in right now, right after the second chorus, I would argue it's well worth the wait. But let's see if that's what happens. I don't know, maybe that's not what happens. Okay, this is so annoying that I have to pause this. Okay, she brought in the bass, and it's so goddamn satisfying. That groove is so nice. It's just that perfect little bit of syncopation that I just love. Okay, let's continue, because the vocal melody gets really, really cool up in this part. Listen to how it moves here. It's really, really cool. Oh, gotta pause it again. So that thing she did in the first pre-chorus, and actually the second pre-chorus, she does it here in a similar way, ending her vocal line on a note that's not totally resolving it, a note that's a little bit ambiguous. She ended on one life that we've got. It's not this or this, right? These notes that are the resolving notes. That leaves us kind of hanging a bit. We're like, okay, you gotta resolve that at some point. And we're just halfway through the bridge right now. And I love the first half of the bridge, but the second half, this is where it's just so unbelievably magical. It kind of blows my mind that somebody made this in real life. God damn, that's so good. Oh my god. I get a little emotional at that part, because that's just that's one of my favorite musical moments ever. The way her voice sounds here is just, oh god, it's fucking incredible. And that little run she does at the end here, she ends on an ambiguous note again, right? So we're still waiting for her to resolve. I'm gonna play that here. And she does actually go up to this note, which is the fifth in the key, so that is a resolving note, but it was kind of just a decoration for her to go da da, right? Just a little bit of a decoration. Still, it has this feeling of tension in that melody. It needs to resolve. She needs to really solidly end a vocal line, a vocal phrase on this note or this note. Ends right on there, which is the fifth. And it feels so satisfying to hit that note right there. It's so exactly right. And this is my own personal taste, right? I'm sure there are plenty of people out there who have listened to this song and just had nothing even close to the experience that I have listening to this song. Probably people that listen to it are like, oh, that was so lame and boring. I mean, everybody has their own preference for melody. We all grew up listening to different things. So nobody has the exact same taste. My taste in melody came from her. It came from her music. And it's not just my taste in melody, it's just my taste in songwriting and production elements and style, just like everything about her music has been so influential to what I like. I'm gonna play one more little thing. I'm gonna skip ahead a lot. So she's doing her chorus, right? And this is the last thing right here. I just want to hear this vocal melody.
Waiting
Woo! And that goes against a lot of things I was saying, right? Hitting that note, which is the bass note of the key, but then she does and ends on maybe the most ambiguous note that exists in a key, right below the bass note. I can't really put into words the effect that has for me, but it just sounds so nice, and it feels right to end the song there. And I cannot explain why. Maybe someday I'll be able to, but I don't think I need to, you know? It feels right. It's what I like. I hope that there's people out there that feel the same way about this song that I do. But yeah, I guess I don't know, and maybe that's why I wasn't making Imogen Heap videos from the beginning. My opinions on it are just so like heavily wrapped up in subjectivity. It's almost like hard for me to try and analyze the song, you know? I hope that you listen to this song, and I hope that you listen to this album and enjoy it. Thank you for watching. Like this video if you want to do that. Subscribe if you want to do that. I make music of my own. I just put out an album called It's All About You. If you want to go and check that out, go ahead and do it. Do it at a different time from checking out the Imogen Heap album, because I don't want you to compare the two. It's like apples and rotten apples. But I worked pretty hard on it, and I would really appreciate it if you checked it out. I don't think I have anything else to say, so I will see you when I see you.
I'm not secret no more.